Welcome, 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 my friends. Jenn here, coach for sensitive souls who struggle with the overwhelm and feeling of being drained that comes with being highly sensitive. I combine meditation, energy work, and coaching to help highly sensitive souls to feel more grounded and connected to their bodies and feel more relaxed even in a very busy, noisy world. All right, so today I wanted to talk about this one practice that has helped me to feel more connected and grounded and relaxed in a daily, like a day-to-day basis, even when things are busy, even when things are crazy. And it doesn't mean that I don't have moments of overwhelm, but it's a way that helps me to connect and feel more grounded with this practice. So it's like my go-to practice, and in doing it regularly, I find that it helps me to feel more connected and grounded on a daily basis, and I'm less likely to get overwhelmed and to reach that maximum, even though sometimes I still get there, but it takes a lot more to get there, if that makes sense. So as HSPs, we're very sensitive to our environments, noises, and easily overwhelmed. And, when we get tired and when we have busy days, we're more prone to emotional fluctuations that come up. We feel things very deeply, and that can get overwhelming as well. And so why I'm mentioning this is because I think we're more sensitive energetically. I know with empaths, empaths are also very sensitive to the energies of others, but I feel like HSPs are more sensitive. And Elaine Aron talks about how it's a hypersensitive nervous system. But for those of us who, know or believe in the energy system, like I do, that, the nervous system is part of our energetic system. And so for those of you who aren't aware of the energetic body is a part of our body, okay? But it's an energetic system that goes along with our system, just like our cardiovascular system and our respiratory system. It's a part of our body. In different traditions, such as Chinese medicine and yoga tradition, they incorporate energy work, right? There's chi, it's prana, it's energy. And the belief is that there are channels in the body that take in energy from around us, process it, and move it to parts of our body. And that the impeding of energy is what creates physical ailments, dis-ease in the body. And it's just basically when energy is not flowing, we feel it. We feel it physically, we feel it emotionally, we feel it mentally, right? It can show up as fatigue, it can show up as other things. Basically, we have an energy system, which I will potentially go into more detail in another video, but our energy system. We have channels in our body, these centers along the midline of our body that take in energy from around us. They're responsible for processing it, digesting it if needing, processing it, and then, helping it move through and process through. Because energy, if you compare it to our breath, right? We breathe oxygen and air and other things in. Our system takes it in and then it comes back out, right? Energy is supposed to be the same thing. It's supposed to go in and it's supposed to go out. There's supposed to be a smooth flow. But what can happen is there's different reasons for this, but if we're not able to process something in the moment, it gets stored. All right. A lot of times we have patterns around this, that stem from childhood, with how we learn to process emotions and different things, different beliefs we have, and it'll just make us, kind of clamp down, and instead of being able to process and move through the energy, we contract, and then the energy condenses and blockages are formed, and so the energy is not moving as well. And so when we go through our day and we come into contact with energy, because energy is everywhere, everything is made of energy, pencils, trees, our TV, other people, food, all are energy and give off different vibrations of energy. And so, as someone who is highly sensitive, if you step into a room and you feel that heaviness and this kind of awkwardness and you don't know why, you haven't interacted with anyone, but you feel it, that's feeling energy. And so we go through our day and we're taking in this energy. If we come into a point where, let's say, we end up overwhelmed, we're stressed, we're busy, we've got other things on our mind, we're not able to process what's going on. And depending on certain things that different belief systems, so like if we interact with an energy that makes us bring up the feeling of anger, and we have a belief system that feeling anger is bad, we're going to push that away, right? We're not going to process it in the moment. And so we're constantly in our day-to-day life not necessarily processing these energies. And then the blockages, like I said, can cause us to feel tired. We may notice it in our physical body, emotions coming up random times. These are all from energy blockages. And so what this practice is energy integration. And so what that means is we sit down at some point in our day, or maybe multiple times in our day. It doesn't have to be a significant amount of time, but if you're having a busy day and you're working and whatnot, you could just sit once or twice a day. Once is enough. And the idea is you're sitting down and you're going into those times during your day that were challenging, that were frustrating, that were uncomfortable, and you're bringing them up, and then you're kind of processing, what came up for you. And just by bringing up these moments, remembering them, will bring it into your energy field, and you'll be able to look into your experience and think, oh, what thoughts you were having, maybe what emotions came up for you. And by just reviewing it, you could journal. One of the ways you can do this is just by journaling what you were feeling, what happened, what you were thinking. You could meditate. For those into energy work, you could do energy work on yourself. And the idea is not so much to get stuck in your head, but to try to just notice your experience. And by doing this, what we do is we're bringing awareness to our experience, and by doing this, we give it space. So the energy is then able to have the space to be processed and then, eventually be released, so that we can get that flow going in our energy system. And when we do this on a regular basis, we are teaching our body how to process process energy. Emotions are energy. So are our thoughts, so are our beliefs, so are our patterns. These are all forms of energy that come up in our body. They just manifest in different ways. But where was my train of thought? When we do this on a regular basis, it's basically like I don't necessarily want to say like a detox, but that might be a good comparison, because what you're doing is you're going in there and you're kind of cleaning things out so that it can be working more efficiently and that you don't get those blockages built up. The same thing is, like, I guess you could compare it to a car and an oil change. So, you know, like you have to do regular maintenance on your car in order to have it working efficiently. And the same idea is with our energy body, right? If we're bringing attention, bringing awareness, and working on the energy that we come into contact with and things that we're not able to process in the time, and making time to do that, it helps our body and our energy body to work more efficiently during the day. And so as a result, you know, we're not getting necessarily that buildup that we otherwise would. And it helps to be more connected, be more grounded, and feel more relaxed on a regular basis. And this key practice, so for me, it's I sit at least once a day in meditation, and I bring that stuff in. And sometimes if it's a busy day, it means if I really need to, if I'm having a hard time, I step to, you know, if I'm at work, I take 5 minutes and I just notice my experience. I bring awareness to what's going on, and that gives it space. And if you do that throughout your day, that can be very beneficial as well. It doesn't have to be a huge chunk of time. You could do small moments throughout the day. Like I said, journaling works well as well. And meditation is a big one. And meditation is my modality, right? So that's what I know well. If this is something that you're interested in, I do have meditations on my YouTube page, which through Instagram you can get access through the my bio link. There's Meditation Monday. I do a meditation every Monday, and so there are quite a few on like sitting with discomfort and collective energy. Those ones both kind of take you through the energy body. The one sitting with discomfort is a really good one because it's exactly what I'm talking about here. It's just taking you through a moment in your day where you were uncomfortable or felt discomfort, and walking you through how to kind of give it space and give it attention, and to allow those energies to be processed, and so they can eventually be released. Yeah, and if you're having questions about it or any of this, please reach out. I'd love to hear any questions or comments around this. And also, I always like to mention that the work that I do, soul coaching, is the process of doing this in a one-on-one fashion, in a guided way, in a interactive way where we both sit down and we give space to something that you're experiencing, and we both hold the space. And when more people gather together and focus on something, it gives it more space and to allow it to be processed. So that's a powerful thing as well. So if that's something you're interested in, feel free to reach out. I will do a post on it shortly, if you are wondering what soul coaching is, just to give a little bit more background. But yeah, so that's basically what I wanted to talk about, was energy integration. It has been a huge thing for me as a sensitive, an HSP and an empath, and it makes a difference, you know, it makes a huge difference. And there are even times, just as a last note, when, let's say, I have had an argument with somebody, and I'll be like, okay, I need to go meditate and I need to go process this. Like, I've literally said, I want to talk about this, but I need to step back and I'm going to go process this, and then I will be back. And it allows me to work through all the energy parts of it, you know, the mental part, the emotional part, and what's going on in my body. And once I kind of give space to that, I can feel it open up, and then that clarity comes through. I'm like, oh, okay, this is what actually is underneath all of that. And so that is a big part of it as well. Yeah, so I hope that was helpful. Like I said, please, please, please comment, questions. I welcome them all. Share it if you think someone would benefit from it. And reach out if you're interested in experiencing this one-on-one, or reach out, and I can even send you links to the meditations if that's something you're interested in. All right, my friends, enjoy the rest of your evening. Much love, many blessings.